Wouldn't be 4th of July weekend if I wasn't fixing a Ford, right? Ford Flex, power steering pump was replaced. They didn't replace the freaking belts. Replacing the belts on this, both belts, but World Cup going on too. So a little bit of everything. Stretch fit, power steering pump, YouTube cabin clutch for me as well. About to check out this little trick that they got going on that I seen for the stretch fit. Hopefully it knocks it out pretty easy. But AC up in the back, TV going. Knocked out the belt, and I'm moving on to some rear brakes. I'm gonna do a little bit of it tonight. Knock out the other half in the morning when there's more daylight. Try to get actual step-by-step on it for you guys. But these brake pads, I think I put on this car for my pops like 10 years ago. I think they're the original ones. Here's the tools I used. I use this on this back side, the second side, but you can use a normal ratchet, right? 15 for the caliper bolts, carrier bolts. On this side, it was a 14 for the caliper bolts, 15 to counter hold. On the driver's side, which is normal, it was a 13, but 13, 14, 15. And these two I used for the brake tool. If you use a little cube you get from AutoZone or Walmart or whatever, the basic little one, that'll work too. Just depends on how much the piston's stuck. Brake clean to clean stuff up, and a brush, right? You can use a 4-way, regular old breaker bar and stuff to get the wheel off. You don't need to use the impact gun that I just had. So all this can be done with hand. So I'm gonna do, spray this down with some brake clean, try to get it all cleaned up first. Try to see where the leak's coming from before I start taking it all apart. See if it's coming from the line or from the boot. It looks like this might be a new caliper because it's got a different color boot on the piston than the passenger side, the driver's side did. And these are screw-in pistons. So I'm gonna get the brake tool out, set it in here. I'm gonna have to screw the piston back into it. Very much to break the caliper away from the carrier, but he's a 13 and a 15, right? So there's a 13 here and a 15 just to hold it till that breaks free. And you got a 15 and a 13. Once those break free, take them off, then we'll be able to pull the caliper away. And I was wrong. At least this side is different from the other side. So this has been replaced. Because there was a 13 on the other side. Let's see. 14. Ouch. All right, 1. Yeah. 2. All right, and then this will come right up. I've already taken the set screw out, which was a Torx. I've already taken that out, right? Now, on the back side for the carrier, if it hasn't been changed to 16, nope, 15 to hold it in. I can pull the pads out. It looks like it's been saturated with brake. Oh, yeah. That brake fluid's been eating those up. So, I wonder where Pops had this done for this rear caliper replacement. Because also, if you replace one, you usually want to replace them both. So, interested to see if I talk to him, ask him who did the work. Or maybe they just suggested one. My Milwaukee ratchet would have made it a bit quicker work than me using my hands on this. But it's alright, we're getting it done. I'm gonna put it back together. I'll use the ratchet. I'm left-handed, so it should be easier, but this damn bumper in the way. Alright. Carrier. This is known as a carrier. Generally, you pull these apart, re-grease them, put the new boots on, check out and see how that fits. Same thing with the bottom. Replace the boot, grease it up. We're going to clean all that up, put new clips in here. All right. And then the rotor comes right off. So I don't see any seepage right now, but we'll check it out. It's original, but I meant the original ones that I actually put on. Right, so this was a Stop Tech kit I think he got that I put on probably 10 years ago. But we got the good out of them, man. Those are how it should look, right? Those are new. These are old. So we definitely got the good out of them. Got the money worth, that's for sure. All right, so you can see slight differences. These grooves are a little bit deeper than that. You know, it's got some brake dust built up. But these are same. Good old Rock Auto Stop Tech setup. I've already cleaned up with brake clean. Whenever you open up a new rotor, it's gonna have a protective film on it, right? So you wanna hit the rotor front and back side with some brake clean and a rag, clean it all off so that it doesn't stick and build up crap on the pads and spots and whatnot. It prevents the braking from working properly. So I'm going to swap that on, but first I'm going to show you how I back the caliper piston back in. So you're going to need a kit like this or something like it. They also got a little cube with multiple sizes like this on it. You can just use your ratchet on, but use this middle one last night and this bad. So here's how you see, you know, instead of the little tool that you put in and squeeze and just push it in, these twist back in. Fords, a lot of Fords and Volkswagens have the same type of rear piston, right? So this, I'm going to put a wrench and a wrench, twist this in, and it's going to twist this piston back in to the caliper. So you can see now it's pushed all the way in. I'll use my Mexican toolbox, crescent wrench, counter hold it, because it's probably a 2021. I didn't have the wrench to hold it in my 19 and just cranked it around and tightened back up. When I did that, it did drip a little brake fluid, so maybe this boot in the seal inside here is no good. So hit this with some brake clean. I'm going to hit it with brake clean. Take a wire brush, clean that all up, clean up a little bit of this backing plate, right? Put the new rotor on, put the set screw in, right? And then I'll show you once I get it all set up. I'm going to put a little bit of lube on here, a little bit of lube on the back of these, because that's what touches the pad that's going to move a little bit, and some thread lock when I put this back on and these back in. So got it cleaned up, lube these up. One thing you want to do when you put these clips on, what I'm tracking, how they came off, you want to put this extra little, get it to focus, on the outside, right? So it's nice and clean on the inside. I might run into a hiccup because I think last night I may have put one on wrong, because that one, it's going to look like that. I just kind of checked it. It's not going to touch the rotor, but we'll wait and see. All right, so when I put lube, like I said, I was going to lube up the caliper, but I'm going to put a little bit around this little nub here, around that little tab, a little bit on both sides, because that's what slides in here, right? Sorry. It goes in and slides, and this slides in and out. So by having that lube, it's going to keep it, but it keeps it from squealing every time you touch that brake pedal. So you can see there's just enough in there, right? Don't goop it on. And also, you don't want it to get it on the brake pad. If you get it on the brake pad, you're going to want to clean it off, right? Because the brake pad, you put that in between these two friction points, it's going to create an issue and heat up or whatnot, but you're not going to get the right braking because of the grease. All right, so I got it all back together. Once I get it back together like this, I like to go ahead and spray a little brake clean around on the rotor and then spin it around, spray a little bit more just in case if I got any type of the brake lube that I use on the rotor, try to clear it up some. So you can hear a little bit of a drag, which is what you should hear, right? That's normal. If you hear a constant, no good. If you can't spin it with your hand, then something's not right, right? You got too much friction over here. Other thing you want to do once you get it all together, right? Because you just pushed all the fluid out of the caliper, so there's no pressure there. You push the fluid out, back up into the system. So now what you want to do, get in the car, pump your brake pedal, right? Pump it a little bit, turn the car on, pump your brake pedal. Because then it's going to push the fluid from the reservoir back down to the calipers. So then when you go for a drive, you have brakes as soon as you leave. If you don't do this, especially if you do all four, or if you have a buddy work on it and they don't do this, you go for a drive and you go to brake, you're not going to have brakes. A guy I worked with back in the day had somebody, one of his buddies, do it. Didn't pump the brakes, pulled out of the driveway and rolled right into a tree, ended up losing his back bumper because it crashed it up, smashed it up, right? Also, by doing this for me, I might be able to see where that leak is coming from. I couldn't really spot it on that right rear, the passenger rear caliper, where it was leaking from 100%. So maybe after doing this, I might take it back off. Probably should take it back off and see if I can spot where it's leaking from. But pedal's nice and firm now. So I tried using my DJI Auto 3 for a little bit on filming this. Probably be able to tell when I merge that in, when I don't. Otherwise, I just use my phone. I got a new 17. Ooh, stepped it up. iPhone 17 now versus the 11 that most of all the other videos were filmed on. But hopefully it worked out. I'll see once I go to edit this. But thanks for checking out this video. Hopefully it helps you guys out a little bit. This concept of doing rear brakes, pretty much the same on a lot of vehicles. Same general steps, same general concepts. Some of the rear calipers, you can just use a C-clamp or the traditional tool to push in the caliper, right? Some people use screwdrivers. Well, whatever way, you got to get that piston back in the caliper. But thanks for checking it out. I know it's been a little bit since I actually put up some automotive content on here. But like, subscribe, check out my other videos. I'll have a little bit more with the Ford coming eventually sometime. And I got some updates for the Audi A6. The Tiguan is going to be going up for sale. Hopefully within the next 6 months. I got to replace the panoramic sunroof, which is what that big old crate back there is for. Panoramic sunroof, the door handle on the outside's got to get it fixed, and probably swap out the radio in it. All right, like, subscribe, ask some questions, talk some shit, whatever you want to do. See ya.